Hello, and welcome to day 31. Life is a bunch of recurring choices. So, welcome to 108 days of Internal Alchemy with me, Sara. I'm here to move and alchemize everything that is not me in this lifetime. I have a very strong desire to become free on every single layer. If you've been with me from the beginning, you understand all the bodies that I'm talking about. If you're new here, I highly recommend that you start from the beginning. And there's a plan with this. If you're new, so happy that you're here. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do that. That would mean the world to me. That would make me so happy. So I'm here to clean house in myself. I'm still building us up. We are leaving the breath part behind and we're gently moving into the fascia part. I mean, if you know me and you've been with me from the beginning, you know that that we've been working with the fascia all along. So, spinal flow. Just checking in. So as we spoke about the fire and the water, all is about choice. It all comes down to choice. Yes, we need to feel whatever we haven't felt from the past, but that's one thing. How the attitude to what's happening, what we believe, what we choose to believe. Belief systems is a choice. Very deep choices, but still a choice. Because we have the concept of multiple truths, you have your own significant, special, unique truth. And that's your job to find. So you can't follow anyone else's rules in order to find that. And then it's up to you to figure out what rules are applicable to me and what are not. And that's our, that's our path to walk. So I'm teaching people how to alchemize, and I help people to organize and settle the energy. So I work with energy first, always. And then I alchemize that energy and I move it. Okay. Find your position. I'm going to do on my knees. I'm going to do slow ones today. I don't want to generate too much heat at the moment. I don't feel like I want that. I don't feel like my body needs that. So if you want, you can use this session as an integrative session. It's a grounding session. So on the knees, you can do flowy movements that are less strenuous. I don't know if you heard that. My hip just popped open. And this way you also work with the core. So you open and close while you are leaning front. Root lock, strong and steady. Maybe it's easier if I don't have this. So I'm moving the belly. I'm moving the organs because I keep a very strong root lock. But it doesn't generate heat in my body. It might generate heat in your body. And to me, it's very nice for the lower back. So the fascia work. The fascia is the network. It's the biggest organ. It's the network that keeps everything in place. It's the white. When you cut meat, there's a white coating, you could call it. I have no clue what to call these parts in English. But the white thing that you find something, that's the fascia. It's keep the muscles in place. It keeps the organ in place. It makes sure that everything is just not floating around inside. It keeps everything in check. You keep breathing, I talk. So you can do the jellyfish style with this. So the fascia holds everything. It's the Simba, my husband, he goes very, very deep into this. But the nervous system is housed within the fascia. So within this network of the fascia, the nervous system is inside of that. So it's almost like a mycelium network in the body. So it's representing the network inside. It represents it connects us to the big field. So it's the field inside of us, the physical representation of the field outside and inside. So that is what we are clearing. So that is all these movements are moving the fascia. So the fascia is what, if you do like this with your finger and then you just let it go, it just goes up by itself. That's the fascia. It's connected everywhere. So that's why we want to connect into pretzel kind of movements sometimes, because we really want to stretch and open up. So as you rehydrate the fascia, everything becomes loose. That's how you clear the nervous system. That's how you raise the consciousness in the body and how you connect to the field that is outside of us. So it's all about the fascia. So you find your movement where you feel like it's tight or strenuous. That is where the fascia is dehydrated. So you will feel exactly where your fascia is dehydrated. And guess what? That's where you go. So I'm hydrating a lot. I will do an episode with Simba about hydration and water, if anyone wants to go deeper into that. But that's what it's all about. Healing is about rehydrating the body, rehydrating the fascia, and opening up the organs, opening up the chi, open up the body. And then you apply proper belief systems, belief systems that actually work. Because anything is possible. This world has limitless opportunities. You can be and become anyone. You can become and create anything, anyone, anything. It's only what you believe is possible. And when you start to move the fascia, that starts to move as well. That's why I have been on your case about taking it slow and starting from the beginning. Because I don't want you to come to me and say that you don't know what to do when stuff starts to move. Go back from the beginning. Where you become overwhelmed, that's when you can stay and you can do, and then you move forward. So this process is like the jellyfish. You might go to one stage and then something comes up and you might stay there. Then you stay there, then you can go back. You can even start from the beginning. So this is a process that you can use for a very, very, very long time on a foundational level. And the foundations is the key. But then you have to go deeper anyway after that. Okay. So sit cross-legged on the bolster or not. So we're going to start with the eyes. There's fascia connection and nerve connections to every single part of the body through the eyes. That's why we work with it so much. So we begin by just placing our hands. Again, remember sensitive spaces. So now we are going to start to move energy. So now we're coming back to even more that feeling into how deep you want to go. So if the eyes says, welcome, you just follow guiding. Okay, breathe, open up and expand. So we open up the fascia in the neck, in the arms, behind the back, in the front. And then you kind of feel where it's a bit stiff and you go there. Activate your root lock. Move over to the ears. So as we twist the ears, we are twisting the fascia all the way. You can even feel. And then when we twist again and we move again, so we're twisting the fascia and then we breathe into the fascia. We provide oxygen so that the healing can begin. Root lock. So you can feel how you're twisting and bending the fascia. Again, where it doesn't feel good, that's the fascia. I have a lot around the sides. So this feels really good. So you listen to the body. So what we're trying to awaken is an energy inside of you that kind of guides you. So you just listen to me, you get the transmission, you kind of follow along. But you're doing your own thing. But you follow me, but you're doing your own thing. We're doing it together. I fly and you keep close, but you stray away in any shape or form that you feel, and then you just come back to me. That's how we work. That's why there can't be any hierarchy in my world. We fly together. We don't walk side by side because that's some sort of military formation. I don't do that. So more birds. Birds equals freedom. And then, when we fly together, I can fly here and you can be like this. And then you come back. You can be under, you can be at the side, you can be on top or above. You can be even in front, you can be in the back and go circles like this. And we fly together. We just adapt. I just know where we are going and you tag along. If that makes any sense. Okay. So we're going to go deeper into the eyes now. So this is based on, so Simba has been very deep into the fascia work for more than 15 years. And we've been teaching the fascia work at our centers for, this decade. And he's been involved with many different styles of fascia. So this particular style is very particular to Feldenkrais. And it involves a lot of work with the eye. So we're just going to twist the neck back and forth. That's the movement. But I want to adapt. So we begin, and you begin with the eyes. So if you begin one direction, you start to begin and look as far as you can. So you can even have your arm out like this. And then when you can't see it, that's when you start to turn the neck. And when you go back, you do the same thing with the eyes. So you go all the way here, and then you turn the neck. So you go back, Now you turn and you look, eyes only, and then when you come, you can't see any further. That's when you turn the neck. So now we start to move the deeper layers of the neck and the eyes. So this is, so we go back and forth. So we want to normalize that the eyes comes before the movement. So we are stretching, because we never do this, we're stretching parts of the eyes. We're stretching deep parts of the fascia. Okay. Rub your hands. Just massage your eyes a little bit. Deep breaths. Release. The point is to drop deep into the body. Release the pressure, any pressure. Remove the bolster, come up to your knees. Flowing again, root lock. So we're moving the spine, moving the fascia. So you're moving so you can feel the fascia. You tense the body so you can feel the fascia. So you just keep moving and breathing as I go into the next transmission. Just move and breathe. If you want to go left, you go left. If you're going to go right. So now you start to, can even become like a, what are they called in the ocean? So the point is to just start to move freely. Open up the spine, moving freely. Be like water. So life is just a bunch of recurring choices, honestly. We choose who we are, we choose who we want to become, we choose how we show up in every single moment. And as we start to move and alchemize the energy in the body and start to remove and release whatever is from the past, we then slowly but surely start to become sovereign beings. And from the sovereign place, there is only choice. Nothing happens to us. Nothing is by accident. It's we decide how we want to show up, how we want to be. And that's the soul. That's the soul's journey. The soul. So we do the human things. We engage in the illusion of the world. And then we wake up and we start to kind of grow up and come back to ourselves, and we know what's right in our hearts. So it's just the return to that. So there's no shame or blame in that. But there's a choice. And everyone chooses how they want to show up. And that's the 100% accountability for everything in our lives. That's the only way that we can start to manifest what we truly want. Because before we take 100% accountability for everything that is ours, we're not going to have more. Or we have more, but we will have so much more. Because when we start to receive more, we get equally good and bad. You can't only rise through the world and want only one thing. We have to accept and be able to hold the contrasts. It's all about the contrasts. So it's about being able to move between states and being able to handle. But the way that we can make life better for us is to make the right choices. And the body knows all the choices. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to think about that. because the body knows. Then you might not be able to determine if it's fear or if it's, is it there is a saying that is, a little bit on the edge, but there's a saying that it's like, I don't know if I'm aroused or if I need to go to the bathroom. And the confusion in there represents the confusion of what we are experiencing. So we don't understand what's happening. We don't know what is what. So we have to return to the body and understand so we can make choices. Okay, grab your notebook. The choice I make today is, or choices, let's play with it. You can finalize the sentence. Come back to spinal flow, or if you want to do some twists with me. I felt like, so I'm sitting at my bolster like this. So I elevate my knees a little bit. I've been using this for a while, so it's not very high. But it elevates the hips a little bit, which gives me a little bit more room to pendulum, because then I'm able to access the fascia in the back and in the sides. So this is a movement that I've done for hours, to say the least. So steady root lock. And here you can do it slow and wide and flowy, or you can generate a little bit heat. So my body didn't want to go to the heat in the beginning, so I allowed it to take its own time. And now it wants a lot of heat. So now I go deep, because I've been warming up. So now I can, and I also got massage before this. So if I place my knees wide, I also open up the hips more. So here you find like a pendulum, and I go down, so I get a nice bend at the bottom of the spine. And then you bring in the belly. And then you add the contraction and the expansion in the belly. So now we're twisting and moving fascia. Oh. Oh. So there's a choice to go deep into the body. That's a choice, because that's not comfortable. And you will find the shadows. It's what you mean when you say, I got to walk the valley of the shadow of death. That's the work into the body, into the fascia, and just face everything that you haven't faced. And that's the growing up that we all need to do. So it's not a punishment. It's a real treat. There's an absolute treat. So moving in the shoulders. Can open up high. So if I raise the arms, I touch the chest, the shoulders. I adjust. Good morning. Lucky just woke up. So here I can also move the bottom layer. So I have some aches in the lower back that I'm moving this way. Can add the spirals. Slow everything down. Allow the fire to calm down. Realize the body does it by itself. Connect with the different senses. Connect with the root lock. Allow the energy to sink. Use the breath. Use your attention. Relax the eyes. Breathe in. Sink. Send all the energy down, 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 down. Breathe in, breathing out. Breathing in. If you have anything more to process, you can bring out your notebook and just write whatever comes to you. I'm gonna bridge us out. So this is where you start holding space for yourself. At the end of the session, you know what you need. I'm going to start sharing also what I do besides these sessions to have the results that I am having. So I'm going to explain that maybe on Friday in my podcast. Well, I said it now. Okay, I just got to remember that. And if you need to share, if things starts moving, there's a Telegram group with an open space called The Well, where you can just share. It's very important to feel like you have a space where you can belong and where you are welcome and that you can share. And on Fridays, if you have specific questions for me, I respond to that in the Telegram group. And if you need help navigating what comes up, my mastermind starts August 26th. And that's where we really start to work with the support of the top, because now we're moving the bottom. And that's where we are collecting the field and strive to one direction. And that is the alchemy. And that's where you learn to go deeper and you watch other people do the same thing. And I'm going to take you guys on an experience. So if you need more support, that's where I would recommend you. It is $111 per month. It's a 4-month journey and it's going to be extraordinary. So that's going to be my main thing that I offer my mastermind. So that's, if you want to work with me, that's where to go. 29 minutes. Thank you. I love you. You're phenomenal. Don't ever forget that. There's nothing you can't do. The choices that you can make might be uncomfortable, but they will change your life. And when you start to realize that you can reorganize every single part of you and you can really align it with what the soul knows that you're here to do, that's the fully human, fully alive. Fully human, fully divine. I said fully human, fully alive. Yeah, I'll take that too. Okay. Bye.